it's just I don't know. And I said I can say I have the gift of gab, as they call it. Luckily, I have the gift of gab. My work's the shits.
Oh, whatever.
But no, I remember going to SCW and doing shows there, and I was there for 2 years. This is probably I've been working 3 years now. Worked Steve for a year, there for about 1.5, 2 years. They did shows in Dothan. They also did shows in Hartford, which is just outside of Dothan.
Right.
You know, every other week they just switch back and forth. They're at the Farm Center. So what was great about me going up there is I actually got to wrestle in Houston County Farm Center, where it all started for me anyways, watching wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the greatest thing for me at the time. I was like, wow.
I get to wrestle. Actually pulling a little crowd every
Yeah, they have. Matter of fact, the one night they put Road Dogg when Brian just came out of WWF at the time.
Right.
He had 600 people at a show.
Really?
And I worked Oz that night, as a matter of fact. We actually had a decent match. Now, this time, I'm still learning on the 3 years I've kind of, the second year, I've kind of got my own little thing I do now. You know what I'm saying? And but I'm still learning. I said Scotty was always telling me, just slow down, take your time. I kind of like to learn on the fly. Basically, is what I did.
Right.
That's honestly got true. I learned on the fly. Just watching guys, getting there before the ring, before the show, get there an hour, 2 hours early before, and getting there and bump around.
So, trying to constantly improve your game.
Right. Because I knew if I didn't, where are you going to go?
Yeah.
Everybody's dream is making the WWE when you start this business.
Right.
The likelihood of that happening is the likelihood you win in the lottery.
Right.
The ring they had there was really, it was an old Continental ring. Best bump ring I've ever been in.
Really?
And it had like, I don't know what they had under it, but it had some kind of metal that was just loud as hell when you bumped in it. They didn't have a mic or nothing in it, but it like it was sheet metal under there, so it just clank, clank, when you hit it, so it sounded good. Actually, at SCW when I finally got to work Scotty in Armstrong and over there in Dothan.
Tell us about that.
I literally begged Will Pritchard to let me work Scotty. Because I went to Scotty and said, hey, I'd like to work a match with you sometime. He's like, that's cool. He said, I think we'd have a good match. Begged him, and I ended up being the Impact Champion, is what they called it over there. I lost the belt with Scotty that night. But that's because I was with Steve, and I'd worked Steve 100 times.
Right.
Steve, you lock up with Steve, you better lock up.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna fall down if you don't.
Night and day.
And I remember locking up with Scotty the first time, and I went in hard. He backs me into the corner, and he like clean break, and he goes, "I'll give you half my pay if you lighten up." That was the exact words. I was like, "Okay," And we had a decent match. I mean, Scotty. I actually got that match on film. The drop kick, I never get the drop kick because when you do it in full speed, it looks like he just kicks my head off with the drop kick. Because you back it up, he don't even touch me.
Really?
I'm bumping before. But I mean, it looked like he just killed me. And then we ended up doing another match there, a strap match, which is on YouTube, which is horrible.
With you and
me and Scotty.
Okay.
The leather strap was like maybe 6 foot long. Really? So it wasn't enough to, really grab. It was horrible, man. On my part, it was horrible. Scotty, he's not.
Right.
And then all the bullshit started happening with me. I got a bad rep. Honestly, I part of it was my fault probably for because at the time I knew I was getting good at the mic work, and I knew that I was kind of people needed me here and people needed me there.
Right.
And I kind of got cocky, which is a bad thing to do in this business.
Sure.
And then other shit, people just started making shit up. Will Pritchard told Curtis Leroy, who ended up being pretty good. The thing about this business is you can't make good friends because you can't trust them.
Right. I don't trust Jerry.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, good call.
With a hairdo like that, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. Jerry's hair is.
But I have people that I call friends. Dan Delicious, Curtis Leroy. Dad. As far as that, I would trust them with my kids.
Sure.
I have other,
Maze.
Maze over here.
Yeah. He's gonna kill me. But people, and at one time, I don't know if Jerry knows this, but there was some animosity on my part between me and Jerry.
Oh, really?
Don't mean that in a bad way, but you came off as that. asshole sometimes.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's when I first met you, though.
I believe that.
No, absolutely.
You know, some things, you know, and now, that was just
do
back
that.
then, and I was young and stupid. You know, we had a match not too long ago, and I thought it was, you know, went over great.
Oh, yeah,
I saw
like
it on DVD, actually. The finish was great, you know, and,
I enjoyed it.
yeah, that was just back then, you know, but
Okay.
what ended up happening is I was in SCW for a while, like I said, and their Impact champion, wrestled Scotty a couple of times. Then AWS started up in Chipley. And Yakko
Everybody
Romo,
left.
everybody fucking left SCW.
Mhm.
He was going down the drain. So he like begged me to stay. Like he started, like I was getting $50 to go up there. Speaking of money, Steve always says, by the time going back to that one trip up to Tennessee, we worked in a literally outside in northern Alabama in the middle of July.
Ugh.
And changed in a bathroom, like another amphitheater, with
Right.
like 20 people. And Steve Armstrong comes in the bathroom when we're changed after our match. I worked Steve, and he had like $15, maybe 25. He goes, "This is his exact face too." He's like, "This is what we got," you know. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting nothing," you know. But he honestly, he gave me half of it.
Really?
Yeah, Steve always took care of me. Did a show in Dothan one time. I worked for Mickey Henry. Don't ever work for Mickey Henry.
Does he still run?
You know, I think he is a northern. No. Yes, he is. His son died. That's who died, not Mickey. And his son was a great worker, by the way. Travis was his name. Master T. Hell,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Kid could work his ass. Been working since he was 6 years old, though. His first match was at 6 years old with his dad. In the
Right.
ring, in the front of a crowd. Work his ass off.
Yeah, it was a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
car.
he was only about like 18, right?
But, yeah, 17,
Yeah, that
18.
sucks. He did a PWA show.
Yeah, great worker. Anyways, we went to the show in Dothan for Mickey Henry, and I worked 4 times. It was like at a Chevrolet dealership, kind of opening it up, and I worked Steve in the main event. When the main event, Steve finally showed up, and because he knew how long it was going to be, so he got there, and he goes, "How much you get paid, man?" I was like, he gave me $25, you know, and I was, you know, and Steve, I go to walk away, and he goes, "Hey, come here," and I was like, "Yeah," and he like literally handed me $30
That's
of his own
cool.
pay. You know, he's like, "You worked way too much today." So Steve always took care of me.
That's cool.
He really did. We worked a lot in Georgia. We were the $1 Million Entourage. I remember that. He came up with that name. With Steve, I got to meet the following people and actually get in the ring with the following people. Not actually work them, but be in there enough to get bumped by them. Tommy Rich. He's funny as hell. Tommy Rich is funny. Glacier.
Right.
Steve worked Glacier. Steve was healing. Steve's a good heel. It's funny, though. Armstrong, like Scott's a good heel. Steve's a good heel. Glacier. Tracy Smother. I got to work Tracy Smother because of Steve. I got to work. I got to meet the Sheik, the Iron Sheik.
Right.
Got bumped by the Iron Sheik.
How'd that go?
Iron Sheik's weird.
Yeah, there's
But
also...
that whole thing he does, you'll kill yourself with that. Literally.
Really?
Yeah. If you don't know the hell you're doing, you'll kill yourself. Because them shit's heavy.
Yeah, it's
They're
like a
like
strength.
50 pounds. His knees, man, they're like literally turned in when he walks. He's out there. He had $500 cash. He laid it on the. I remember he laid it down on the mat of the ring. This was in Georgia. We're at.
Somewhere, I don't know.
There was a racetrack. It was a drag strip on one side and a racetrack on the other. Steve did a lot of racetracks.
What about Valdosta?
Tifton, I think, is when the man been. Anyways, if you could do it, you $500. One guy got a knot on the side of his head for trying to do it. And I know I'm bouncing around here, but
No, just cool, man.
Before I go with the AWF thing, go back to Steve with that. I got to go to Daytona with Steve during Bike Week.
Oh wow.
The crazy thing though, we're in Daytona, Florida. The day of the show, 25 degrees outside. 30 degrees
Really?
outside. Swear to God, it was cold as shit.
Really?
I had to work, and that's her first and last match.
Yeah, were you traveling with him during all this?
Yeah.
My last.
Well, you did have about like 2 matches before that, maybe. She did some strap matches that were pretty funny. She did like Steve Armstrong's great idea, by the way. Audience members get the straps, and the girls get in there and work. She was a baby face. She done one in. What was the first one done?
I don't remember.
Nobody ever hit her. She got thrown out that hip
It's
back
like
then.
baby face.
We were over in Pensacola. She got dumped out of the ring, and this black girl started beating her ass like she owed her money. I'm talking. I come running out because I was supposed to run in anyways. I come early because I gotta get them off or they're gonna kill her.
Yeah.
I mean, she couldn't get away from her, and she was still going on the ring. The girl was chasing her,
Trying to get me back in.
just whooping her ass.